Hi everyone, this is Killshot 99 Gaming, and this is Play Dead Live Chapter 8 Level Up event, and this is going to be a good one. I told you guys going into Morgue of Mirrors, I think some people, they had questions because Salisbury Island was so good, and I said, look, I'm telling you guys, Morgue of Mirrors is going to be the best complete gameplay. It's going to be eerie, it's going to be spooky, it's going to be emotional, there's good stories, and it is going to culminate with this big epic battle, and it absolutely did. My favorite chapter so far, and we've got so many good things lined up for you guys. I did make a surprise announcement today, so I'm going to tell you guys a little bit of the schedule when we get everybody here, but I am super stoked about what we have for the next couple days. So first of all, today is the Level Up event, and is going to be game changing for many of you because it's going to be new gear, new weapons, new opportunity to equip things, and then a lot of times we do either a banker event or a box event. So tomorrow we are not, because we're starting the coolest week I think we've ever had in Play Dead Live history. So I want you guys to be able to focus. I want you guys to be able to spend time with your teams, and there's no event tomorrow. So I am going to get a chance to fully update all of your inventory 100% tomorrow. So I'll get those numbers out to you tomorrow evening. And then Monday, Labor Day of all days, we're going to do at 9 o'clock on Monday night, we're going to do our Faction War Tournament opening ceremony. Now, it's not going to be just any opening ceremony. It is going to be an awards list. I send out to each one of you some different superlatives, some different awards that we're going to use. I'm going to say it multiple times today. Please show the respect to your fellow players by voting for people and getting them involved, because a lot of people play hard. They may be your rival, they may be your enemy, but just take a step back and look at it and say, how did this person play? What did they do? What did I like about their gameplay? All of the above. And as I always say, vote with your head, not your heart, because they're doing the same thing. And people put a lot of time, a lot of energy, and a lot of emotion into the game, and we certainly want to do the rewards. So here's the way the reward ceremony is going to go down on Monday night. When we get people voted, I'm going to put the award up on the screen, and all the people that got votes are going to be listed on the screen, their avatars, and then we're going to narrow it down, and I'm going to tell you who walks away with the hardware. And by walk away with the hardware, this is what I mean. We've got a pretty big mailing in store for our players. So as you guys know, it's not just about the competition. There's some things that you're going to be able to take away from the game. Of course we're doing t-shirts. I mean, what would be a faction tournament without t-shirts? But we are going to do something really cool. We're actually going to mail out some awards to you guys. So every time we open a brand new season, I want you guys to know what the lists are and the things that we strive for. There's going to be a couple additional awards that I'm going to give away, but I send out a questionnaire of the top 10. So if you want your vote included, then send it to me by 3 p.m. tomorrow. If I receive anything after 3 p.m., votes are not going to count. They're completely anonymous. So you don't have to vote for your tag team partner or your faction leader. You can vote for whoever you think is best. I'm not going to say, hey, Dahlstrom thinks that Father Ron's the best player in the game. That's, it doesn't matter to me. Your vote is your vote. Tiny will not get a vote, in case you're wondering. Deadly Dimes does not get 2 votes. However, I do. So I will be casting my vote for each of those categories as well, based on what I've seen throughout the season. So all the players will get a vote, and of course I'll get my 2 cents in as well. And somebody's going to walk away with some awards. So give a little bit of thought to it. We're going to have a whole lot of fun with it. But again, no pack opening tomorrow. Big opening ceremony Monday night, and then Wednesday night it's for real. And Friday night, it is beyond for real, because we've got Crossfire Cliffs, and Crossfire Cliffs is, well, you got a taste of it. What I really liked about the transition from Morgue of Mirrors to Crossfire Cliffs is you got to see the kind of creepiness and the zombie vibe, and then go straight to, there's these brace people and these max people, and they might not like us, but they might like each other less, and we're called in the middle. So you guys are called in the middle, and it's going to be interesting to see how all that goes down as we go through the month of September. I promise you, more adventure, more action, more excitement than any other chapter. If you like combat, you like PvP, you like battling, you like the fights, you're going to love Crossfire Cliffs. And the gear gets really, really good. So, all right. Let me give you guys an overview as we go down memory lane. I know I said 4 o'clock, so I'm going to give a couple more minutes. And I'll say this again. So, typically, when I do a chapter, the base experience for killing all the bosses equal the base experience that you need. Occasionally it will scale up. And what I mean by that is, if you do everything exceptional in the 3 weeks that you're raiding, you will probably get enough experience points for that chapter. So for example, when we first played, you were getting 500 per boss killed and 1,000 and 5,000. So some of these bosses are giving you guys 10, 15, 20,000 per boss kill, because the experience points are scaling up. So the base experience for you guys to go through 3 weeks was 125,000. Now, when you don't kill bosses, in many cases you didn't, then we add that bonus raid. And that bonus raid, if we did a bonus raid, if you killed all 3 of the all 3, 4, 5, whatever bosses we have, and then you get a bonus raid, you're going to be well over the experience cap. Now, here's what made this one pretty interesting, is we had some people miss out. Now, in addition to that, your bonus XP elixirs, your triple XP elixirs, your potions, your double XP potions, good decisions that you made, using the right items, using a lot of items, all those things go into your experience points. So, if you were, like that 1 week, like Rocket Crockett, I think she went through about 70 grenades. There's a lot of experience that is attached to that. Now, it's not just about the sheer amount, but certainly somebody that is throwing a lot of firepower is benefiting the entire group. Somebody's doing a lot of damage is benefiting the entire group. But there's always enough base experience for everybody to succeed. Some people are just going to get a huge, huge XP boost. And you're going to see that today. This is going to be a lot of fun with this event. So the first thing that I'm going to do is, I'm not going to go through each individual breakdown. Please don't ask me, does that include my XP potion? Trust me when I tell you, I've spent hours on calculating this level up event. So I get all the numbers. We do on-time experience. I know who missed raids, and I have a numerical system of people that are throwing a lot of firepower. And I'll tell you, there's names out there. You know, Bonnie rolls up her sleeves and she throws a lot of shit at people. You know, Jim threw a lot of stuff. What you may not know, Trigger actually used more consumable items than anyone else over the last 3 weeks. Now, I know a lot of times you guys are looking at it like, okay, probably Gina, probably Jim, probably... No, it was Trigger. Trigger actually got the most extended XP of any player that we had for items consumed. And the reason we put the scoring system in the way we do is because we realize there's all stages of players. So some players are going to have more consumables. Some players are going to have less. Some players are going to get more XP. Some players are going to get less. Some players that have more items are going to help players with less items get more XP. Ron, so I can't manage it down to the minute, but what I can tell you is I'm looking at multiple stages throughout the game. So one, a player that shows up and then disappears isn't using any items, right? hey, I'm here. I'm getting the on time. And then they're gone for the next 3 hours. Now, they may check in the middle of the fight, and yes, they get credit for the boss fight. But they're not getting the credit for the damage they do to the boss, or the decisions that they make through the boss, or any additional items or notes that they have. So yes, if you show up to every raid, you're going to get XP. That's kind of the point of on-time experience, right? But if you show up and I have a list and it says, all right, well, Father Ron used a seal smoke at 9:05 and Father Ron didn't use anything else the rest of the night, then I can tell you the items used category is going to be almost nothing. And that's a big, big boost. A lot of those players, that's why they leveled up. Make sense? And I would say, Ron, it's probably, that scenario is probably no different than a scenario where somebody is here the whole night and is probably stabbing somebody with a tire iron, and 6 or 7 people are using 40, 50, 60 grenades. So the cool thing about the group is there are always people that are going to carry other people. That's the reality of gaming. I've been through gaming my whole life. And I will tell you this. As a serious competitor and professional gamer, I've throughout my life been accused of pay to play. But I will tell you, I will debunk any of those arguments because I always played at all stages of the game. So I would have one character that would buy every single thing that's out there and have the best gear. And the reason is because I wanted to compete against the best geared players. And I would have another character that would be capped at a level 20 or a level 30 or level 40, and I would play wearing the same gear as those players. So it would keep me competitive, and if anybody ever had the argument of, well, you're only good at it because you buy the best gear, then I could always go back and say, no, I do this, 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 and this. And the one thing that I wanted to do in a game is I wanted to create all elements. Because when I play a game, I want the best items because I think they're cool. I want to see them. I want to see the pictures of them. I want to use them. I want to try them. And I will spend in order to make that happen. But if I couldn't, I would still make the best decisions and I would play to the best of my ability. So I think this game, unlike a lot of other games, it gives you all of those different gameplay. So hopefully that kind of makes sense. And I agree, Busy. I mean, we are extremely fortunate that we have all stages of players. We have players that are going to show up every day and they're going to give you all they got. And I'll tell you, I think abilities follow suit, right? I mean, if you got a player who just shows up, they never bail, they never talk, they never do anything, they never help the group, they're probably the last person that you're going to cast a prevention spell on. Yeah, that person was an asshole to me a week ago. I don't think I'm going to prevent them, right? I mean, you guys know who the players are. But I'll say our group is pretty good. We've got people that, they take lethal damage and immediately it's like blue, prevention, holy shield, evoke. I mean, that's the nature of our game. Now, do we always get along every Friday night? No. There's going to be times where you don't like what somebody says, you don't like what somebody does, but the nature of the game is what we're doing today. The beauty of the game is when you can show up on a Saturday and you're not fighting a boss, you're looking over the things that you went through together, and you're rewarded for it. So, because we got some people here, and I'm going to jump around. Now, we did have some people who missed some time. Will missed a raid. Valar missed a raid. Amanda missed a raid. And when you see some of these experience totals, the additional raid was a godsend for some of the people that would not have leveled up otherwise. Now, some of you that were here every week, you're going to see it, and you're going to see today, and I don't want to spoil all the fun. You'll be like, holy cow, like, I leveled easy. Let me just say, if you were here all 4 weeks, you got a lot of experience points. So this is probably going to be one of those where you're not sweating up till the minute. Now, if you missed a week, we're going to look over what you missed, what you might have, and what might have hurt you. Because at the same time, let me say this again. Our schedule are 3-week schedules. For the last 4 months, we've raided additional raids every Friday night. We didn't take a Friday off. Or if we did, we made it up the next week. So that additional raid, some of you guys might say, hey, we got a lot of cushion. If we did not have 4 weeks of raids, none of you would have gotten enough experience to level up. 0. Because the base was 125, and you guys didn't kill all the bosses. So let me show you. Well, Hangman wasn't as bad for you as you thought. Let me show you what I mean by that. All right, as you guys know, this is the experience points on the right side. Hangman costs you time. But Hangman did not cost you experience points. I'm going to explain that in a second. Because not this week, but last week, you guys freaking killed it. Because remember, you had the BRUTALIS fight, and then you went and you killed Sty. So you had 2 boss fights on the same night. Moonshot. Some games, pay to play stands out, but in this game, I don't think it matters because you have to know how to play and play your character. So pay to play in this game, don't think it's a big thing. I think it's, there's going to be all levels of competition. And certainly, I like cool gear. So I'm going to keep inventing cool gear. From tier 1, tier 2, wait until you guys see tier 3. Wow. And you're a ways away from tier 3 because we're just doing crossfire. But you'll probably see tier 3 probably around the first of the year. Maybe December. We'll see. All right, so anyway, this is your experience point chart. Today, really the big goal is to get everybody, almost everybody, that 125 to 250. Wow, look at that. That's a big jump. So a lot of you guys were like 128, 130, 140. You had a ways to go. So what did we do? We started you out, Morgue of Mirrors, right here. This is where the Deacon raid ended. Remember? Finished up Deacon, went through our level up there, and then a lot of it was the chase. So you went through the chase, and then it was this big BRUTALIS fight. So we had groups fighting BRUTALIS, and we had groups fighting Mortalis. And unbeknownst to you, every group was gaining experience for the overall group. So while one group was killing Mortalis and one group was killing BRUTALIS, you were all gaining experience points for each other's cooperation, even though you were competing in faction wars. So this particular night was worth 50,000 XP. but you didn't kill the bosses. You got Ketis, you got Flea, and look, I know that's typical for the group, and sometimes you're going to have to switch it up a little bit. You want maximum XP. So we had a Brutalis fight going on, and we killed the sub-bosses. And then we had Mortalis, Maxilla, and Orbit. So we had another group fighting this. And again, didn't get rid of all the bosses, but good strategies, good fights. Now, here's where, and we had some bonus XP. You had Busy Bee and the Smoke, and we had some good decisions being made. We had some people better at Slice Man than others. But this was an entire night. Now, this night had a total of 50,000 XP available if you solve Slice Man and if you fight Crudelis. But you didn't. But I will say this, you solved the puzzle, you took a whole night to get it, and everybody got 25K that was here on this night. So even though you see it as a waste, you won. You just didn't save a lot of time, and it made that raid so much more important. But the group did well with this, believe it or not. And there will be puzzles and games and things that you guys do again. Moonshot, you're right. Jason wants me to revamp the experience points to actually take away experience points from you guys for that fight. Who agrees with Jason? He says we probably should have lost experience points. So I'm willing to deduct the Slice Man experience that you guys got, and then we could do it again. No? I think it's a great idea. Moon, I think I'm going to hire you as my assistant. I think you're brilliant. So we got 25K for the group, and here's the tough thing, all right? We had 4 people out the following week. And the following week, I got to tell you guys, I think the week of the gemstone story I think it was the best rating that you guys did. We had Jim's story, we had 2 bosses, we had football and Father Ron's birthday celebrations going on. To me, of all the raids that you guys have had, this night I thought was the absolute best. Because I think you made up lost ground. I think you did a good job. Now, don't get me wrong, there was some tough PvP in there, but it was a good learning experience. So you didn't beat Crudelis, but you still walked away with good XP for the sub-bosses. And then we come to find out that Jim is really, these unholy trinity in this morgue are not really the story at the moment. The story is this creepy guy who abducted Jim and was a skin grafter as he was trying to fix his own face. And he lured these kids in with these animals, and he was a creepy dude. And luckily, Jim escaped after years and years of torture. And you guys actually took care of business here. So, overall, great experience on this night. Now, as I said, those of you that showed up all 4 weeks, it's cake. But we had some people miss last night. We had Jim miss last night. So Jim lost big experience last night. We had 4 people miss this raid, and you guys still kicked butt. So this is why I would say this chapter was one of the most complete chapters we've ever had. And, you know, as we finish it up, you guys took care of 2 of the bosses. You got to BRUTALIS. You gained some XP for the PvP. Nowhere near killing BRUTALIS. But you took care of BRUTALIS. You took care of Mortalis finally. And then the 3rd boss didn't quite get the job done. But you used items. You played strategy. You made your moves. So you gained. And with that being said, to answer your question, that is our recap. So if you missed a week, you might be sweating a little bit. If you missed 2 weeks, you got no way. No way. It's impossible. But to miss a week and then to come back and try to make it up. And I'll give you an example. We had Flyrod last chapter, Salisbury Island. He missed a week. And he missed leveling up. Flyrod was a level behind. But every chapter of this, he has been right there, front and center, bringing it every single week. He made up a lot of ground. Anthony, every single week, made up a lot of ground. Dahlstrom, still trying to catch up with the group, made up a lot of ground. So being here every Friday night is clutch. All right. The reason I talked for 20 minutes is this is probably going to be one of the fastest level ups possible. I'm going to give you numbers, and I will tell you, you guys did pretty well. Check your inventories. Your inventories should be correct with your ATT potions, with most of your XP, except for the 5K you guys got last night. That has not been added. But I'm going to tell you, most people aren't going to need it. So, who wants to kick this event off, and who potentially could go down in history as the first level 9 character in PDL history? Look at Bones. All right, I saw Bones first with a lot of exclamation points. All right, Amy. Step on up. Amy, I had you coming in at 125 XP. Between new XP and items used, you were among the top 5 in items used. So a huge, huge bonus to the group in dealing damage. A ton of consumables. And I don't mean that in a bad way. Amy is she's a habitual bundler. So she's picked up a couple grenade bundles, so she's got the firepower. So Amy, I've got you making the leap from 125 to 270,000 XP. So 20,000 over the curve. I've got you at 270, and you will officially go from level 8 to level 9. And so you guys know, I told you, 4 weeks of raiding really helped many of you guys. So I'm not going to go through and calculate how many threads you have and what your ATT is. Again, I'm going to tell you your base ATT. If you've collected wild cards, you know you can add 1 to it. If you've collected the wild cards and the threads, you add 2 to it. I do want to say congratulations to Amy. She just hit 40 wild cards. So she has added a 3rd ATT which means her base ATT is 6. She's now level 9, which is 15, which means her total ATT is 18. Now, I'm not going to calculate that for every person because, as you guys know, I still got a little bit of work to do on inventory. So let me say this with inventory too. And I communicated, congratulations, Amy. So, Amy, you need to use 2 ATT potions. Are you good? You know your inventory. I need you guys to do me a favor. Do not volunteer to go if you have not opened your inventory file and looked at how many ATT potions you have. I'm going to take your word for it because if I have to scroll back and forth, it's going to take me a while. So I need each person to open your file. Now, while you're doing that, let me say this. Your inventories are about 90% accurate. I hate using that phrase. So this is what is missing. And this is not counting trades and mistakes. We'll deal with that in a little bit. Everything that has been used before last night is deducted. So the previous Friday and all your PvPs taken out. All of your bundles, grenades and bundles, have been added. All right? That's the tough part for me. None of your pets over the last week and a half have been res. They are all missing, which means I have not went through any of your messages where you guys said res these pets, this pet, that pet. I will have that accurate for you guys tomorrow. Now, the thing I want to say to you guys is several of you are low, if not out, of pet revives. So if you message me to revive a pet, you need to make sure to check your inventory that you have pet revives, because I have not deducted the pet revives out of your inventory for the messages that you guys sent me for the last week and a half. So if you look at your inventory right now and you have 1 pet revive and you messaged me 2 days ago about reviving 2 pets, you can't revive 2 pets. Everybody, give me a okay if you understand that. That is and I told you guys with this, pet revives are going to be like ATT. I opened up the gate so you guys could revive 2 pets, but it's gotten crazy. I mean, having the ability to do it and having the supplies to do it are 2 different things. And that's something you really, really got to understand, especially going into faction wars. So if you have 1 pet revive and you've had 3 pets that have died over the last week, well, you can't revive all 3 of them. So your pet revive inventory should be accurate because all of those items are added. And that's why I said I hate saying that your inventories are 80% correct, but the important thing for me was to get everything added in and to get the items used deducted. All right, in addition, if you sent me upgrades with either skins, weapon skins, armor skins, pet skins, over the last week and a half, it's not deducted from your inventory. If you sent me upgrades on gear for glyphs, gems, sockets, it is not deducted from your gear. It is reflected in your stats, because when you guys send me upgrades, I correct your stats first because that's what I'm using, and then I go back and remove the items. So the inventory that you guys got yesterday is going to look substantially different tomorrow. You may be looking at it saying, I got 4 Arcanites, woo! But you don't. Because if you sent me a character record sheet from last Wednesday, a week ago, till now, a week and a half, it has not been deducted. So I want to make sure everybody's clear on that as well. All right. So my goal is to get your inventory 100% on my end to you guys by tomorrow. Kel is going to work on items used last night, So I will get that tomorrow a.m. All the items used last night will come out of your inventory. Then I'll get all your pets revived. That'll go into your inventory, so you'll add pets and lose revives. Item upgrades will be taken out of your inventory and re-added to your inventory if it's an upgraded weapon. And then I'm going to email everybody. And then when you get it, at that moment, look at it, and if it doesn't look right, message me. Okay? That's when I want you guys to look for mistakes. Then you can say, hey, somebody made this trade with me and you missed it. Perfectly fine at that point. But don't spam me tonight because I understand it's wrong. But my goal is to get it right by tomorrow and then let me know. All right, so Amy, I said a lot in order to say this. Do you have 2 ATT 20s? All right. So congratulations. We're going to use 2 ATT. Oh, the other thing. Sorry, I said a lot. The raffle from last week is not in your inventory either. That's the only, the raffle and the items you won last night. Obviously from last night, because I just sent that beforehand. But the raffle from last Saturday was not added, and it was not added to Faction XP either. All right. Okay. Woo! Yes. All right. So Amy, congratulations. All right. Who is next? Amy, level 9. Good job. And Amy, your new total is 270. All right, Dow. Dow says he's ready. All right, we'll get to Dow, and then we'll get to football. All right, you guys know Dow's made a pretty big splash, right? Late to the party, but been working hard, doing his PvP, getting himself geared up. Loves playing a tank role. So I had Dow coming in a level behind you guys, right? He was at level 7, and he was at 108K. Not quite the inventory of some of our big dogs, but certainly top 15. I have you all stack ranked, by the way, just so you know. He is top 15. So Dow, I got you going from 108, adding 141,000. Putting you at 249. Now, that looks like you're 1,000 short of joining the rest of the group at level 9. So Dow is going to burn a XP 1,000. All right, Dow, my question is, do you have 4 ATT 20s? Oh no, it's not 2. It's 4 to level up twice. All right, so Dow, you have 2 ATT 20s, right? And that doesn't include last night. All right, Kel is going to give you one, Dow. So Dow has 2. He has 1 from last night, which will make 3. Kel's going to give him 1, which will make 4. So congratulations, we have our first ever level 9 tank. Thank you very much. And Dow will be joining the ranks. And 15. So I know he's at least ATT 16. Because I know he's leveled up his ATT at least once. That's all I know. So congratulations on at least ATT 15. And Dow, your new total is going to be exactly 250K. All right, where's the master of footballs? All right, football, hold tight. Let's get Anthony in there. All right, Emperor. Anthony as well. Little later start. Anthony, I had you coming in at 77K. You dropped a little bit the previous month. I know you missed one of the raids the previous month. But this chapter has been pretty good for you. And I will say, you are in the top 12 of items used. Kind of gave it away a little bit, right? And you were level 7 coming in at 77K. So where we needed you to be at a minimum is 125. Well, you got more than 125 just from the last month. So that was doubling up right there. But after your items used, in addition to, I've got you adding 145K, which puts your new total at 222,000. It's a pretty big jump. Now, it's still 28K away from leveling up to level 9. But boy, oh boy, did you put a big dent in it. So you certainly chipped away. Not quite enough to get to level 9, but comfortably at level 8. So Anthony, check inventory. The Emperor, 2 ATT 20s. All right, so we're going to use 2 ATT 20s, and the Emperor is now at level 8, which means his ATT base is 14, plus any bionics, 1, 2, or 3 level. So he knows whether he is 15, 16, whatever the case. But 9 plus 6 is 14. Your new total is 222. And I will tell you, Anthony, your XP potions aren't too far away, because you were close and I checked you before. But if you get a good month in September, and with the XP potions you have in your inventory, there's a good chance you could make up that additional 28K. Now, 250K is a big stretch for the group. And I can't promise you guys that you'll level up at the end of September. It may be a 2-month continuation in order to go from level 9 to level 10. 250 is a big stretch. But we'll see. All right, so the Emperor, congratulations, you're now level 8. And again, I'm going to go to Football Master, but if you guys, did everyone get the survey that I sent out this morning as far as faction war rewards and recognition? Did everybody get that? And if you did, does everybody understand that I need that back by 3 o'clock tomorrow in order to get your vote to count? If you want to be recognized, and I want to remind everybody again, vote with your head, vote with your eyes, vote with what you've seen, not who bakes you the best cookies. It's not a popularity contest. It is going to be a real barometer of the best at each of those categories. And everybody has an opportunity because, you know, whether you're a second unit player, whether you're a bomber, whether you're a rover, whether you were involved in one of the best plays, everybody's got a chance to take home some hardware. All right, let's go to football. Football Master. Football, you were another one. You missed a little bit of time. You were a little bit behind. You were up there with the group, and then you lagged off a little bit. So I had you at level 7. But the last month, you brought it. Been there, been involved, you volunteer for the puzzles. So, middle of the pack, slightly lower than the middle of the pack as far as consumables, items used. But I had you coming in at 118K. And I've got you adding 135K. So I've got your new total at 253,000. So I've got you going from level 7, barely over the hurdle, and getting you up to level 9, jumping up 2 spots. And we can burn 4 ATT 20s. And your new XP total is going to be 253. And 253 does get you up to barely level 9. Congratulations. Welcome Welcome back to the group, Zach. All right, so Football Master moving up. And Football Master, by the way, has just become the first ever, this will be a trivia question later, first ever level 9 warrior in Play Dead Live history. I don't know what his ATT is. He'll have to tell you that. I know his base is 9 plus 6, which is 15. All right. Who do we have that wants to go next? All right, Kel's got to go. I think Gina just stepped out, so Kel's got an event to go to. So, Kel. All right. Kel came in as one of the XP leaders overall. Slightly behind Gina at the end of last event. All right, Gina, you can go next if you hold tight a second. Kel came in at 144K. So, Kel, I've got you top 2 in most items used. You know who number 1 is, so there you go. So, Kel, I got you going from 144 to 289,000. Very easily leveling up. So your new total, 289. And you catapult up to level 9 pretty easily. So our second medic. All right, Rocket. Rocket came in as the XP leader at 145K. And last month, she was the top items used. Gina dropped out of the top 7. There was that night where you had yellow plasma arrows on auto shot and apparently were busy showing your house. But that's okay. One-off night does not make a character. But we had a phenomenal night of firepower, and then we had a night not quite as much. You guys don't think I read this stuff, do you? I mean, I think sometimes you guys think I'm winging it. I go through your numbers. I see when you've been bad or good. So be good for goodness sake. Rocket. So Rocket, you did participate in the boss kills, but not quite the damage overall that you have dealt before. But I still got you coming in at a very, very strong 287. You lost a little bit of ground. But I'm sure when you move, you'll make up for it because I heard there's nothing to do where you're moving. So you're going to be probably the most devout, hardcore PDL player in the history of it because there are no beaches. Just saying. You'll be back. All right, Rocket, we're going to burn 2 ATT 20s. You know what? That's good news. But I've got you, Gina, at 287. Still very, very strong. Easily over the curve of 250. And you've got a ton of XP potions, so you're in pretty good stock as well. I really wasn't worried about your overall chances to level up. So, Gina, congratulations. Level 9. I think your ATT overall is ATT 18 as well. So I think you've leveled up your ATT 3 times. And thank you for popping in for a little bit, Gina. We will be back Monday night for that introduction, and just make sure you shoot me your answer to the survey. Have a good one. Have a good afternoon. I'll talk to you later on. I'll message you later when it dies down. All right. Who do we have next? All right, animal. All right, let's get the animal in here. All right. Animal, pretty good example of a work schedule's a factor, right, Joe? I mean, we know. So, the one thing that Joe does well, he logs on when he can. You know, not here for the kickoff most times, but as soon as he gets home, he's in the door, he's trying to get the boss kills. Damage and consumable items down a little bit because he's not here the whole time. So, Joe came in at 79K. But did participate in all of the boss fights, does the best he can in the time frame he can. So Animal, I got you adding 135K. You're part of every boss fight. So I'm taking you from 79K all the way up to 214. Not enough to get up to level 9, but you certainly are right there with the group at level 8. So, you know, we certainly appreciate the effort and you logging on when you can. So, Joe, we're going to burn 2 ATT 20s. And your new total is going to be 214K. I think he has them. Let me see. I'll check his inventory. He has 1 from last night. You got 1 from last night, Joe. So Bonnie will give you 1. She doesn't need to give you 2, but I'll have Bonnie give you 1. Thanks, Bonnie. Remember, last night's rewards haven't been added yet. So everybody that was here last night got an additional ATT 20. All right, so we had a couple other people that chimed in that said they had to go. So if you're on a time crunch, and I want to get this done for you guys as quick as possible. All right. Get bloodfish in and out. All right, Bloodfish. You came in at 136K. And new XP good. Items used in the lower quarter of the group. But still 271K. So easily over the 250. No issues there. We'll take you up to level 9. So you're good to go. Level 9, 271K is your new total. 21K over. So 2 ATT 20s is all you need. Yep, you're good. All right, who's up next? So who is really, really pressed for time, not just you want to be pressed for time? Because if people have cookouts or places to go, things to do, I want to get those people in and out the door as quick as possible. We're going to get through everybody. All right, Ocean Man. Ray, I had you at level 8. You came in at exactly 125. And this is an example. Ray was here all 4 weeks. Ocean Man cracked the top 14 in items used in the upper half. I saw Ray scaling up his firepower a little bit more and a little bit more. Good damage for the group. So Ray, I certainly appreciate your contribution and the damage that you did for the group. Good stuff. You are scaling up in a good time. Earlier in the year, you were toward the back of the pack. Now you're in the top half and certainly doing some damage. So Ray, pretty straightforward. I got you adding 142,000. So you're going from 125 to 267 easily over the hurdle. And 2 ATT 20s in your inventory. So I got you with 1 in your inventory, and then you got 1 last night, so you should be good. And you can save everybody so far, saving those XP potions, except for Dow. Dow used it, and but he leveled up twice. All right, who else is in a rush? Yeah, I told you guys, this is going to be probably the easiest level up event we've done because of the last 2 weeks. All right, Mist. All right. Regardless of what she levels up to, she will be historical as the first ninja, right? Because she's our only ninja. Mist, I had you coming in at 127. I've got you toward the middle of the pack, slightly lower than the middle, not in the bottom quarter, but certainly your items used has been scaling up. I got you adding 140K. So I got you going from 127 to 267. And the first ever ninja to go to level 9. And Miss, you have 2 ATTs, not counting last night, so we'll burn those 2 ATTs. And congratulations on level 9. One step closer to professions, everybody. Remember, level 10. At level 10, you will be able to do some really, really cool stuff. All right. Who's next? Moonshot says, we need a sniper up there. Actually, Valar has to leave to get ready for work. All right, so I agree. So Valar missed a raid, which is unlike her. But the question is, where was she at before she missed the raid? Did she have a little bit of that cushion? And how about the items used? I get it. I don't need reasons why they miss raid. I'm just pointing out. Everybody might miss a raid from time to time. Jim's at the lake. When I get to Jim, I'm going to say, Jim missed a raid. It's her birthday. Doesn't matter why. The reality is you missed it and you don't get the points for it. That's the cold, hard reality. So, Valar had a 11-point cushion going in, which is a big thing. So when you guys are building that, you might look at somebody now and say, well, they're 280,000. Why do you need that extra 30,000? Because you might miss a raid. So Valar came in at 136. Missed a week, but is still, after missing a week, still in top 10 items used in the entire raid. So one thing I'll tell you about Valar is when she is there, it is damage galore. So Valar, I still got you adding 117K, which still gets you to 253. So you lost a little bit of your cushion, but you didn't have to use any XP potions. So Valar, congratulations. You go to level 9 and hitting 253. So over the next couple months, you need to build that cushion back up, right? Because it'll be December next to be New Year's. Or you may have a flat tire. I get it. But congratulations. Valar, first sniper to get up there on the board at level 9. A lot of level 9s today. And again, her base is ATT 15, but we know she's got some threads and she's got some bionics and she's done some things behind the scenes. So you guys know which gear you can use and which item. So at ATT 16, your crossfire gear and also your epic merc. 17, the brand new weapons. And yeah, the two ATT 17s are the Buzz Blaster and the KP 10. All right, who's next? All right, we'll do Will, and then we'll get Nixie. All right, this one was tough. Will, like Valar, missed a lot of XP. And Will did not have the cushion that Valar had. So I had Will coming in at 125. This is going to blow you guys away. If you guys want to know how good of a Saturday it's going to be, check this out. Will better do a lot of dancing for this XP. You can't give him XP potions, Julia. Come on. All right, so Will is 125, and he's level 8. I had Will. Will's upper half of items used, so when Will's there, much like Valar, brings the heat. So I had Will coming in at 117k, putting him just short at 242. 8k short, Will, of hitting level 9. I went through Will's items, and I was like, wait a minute. I mean, this doesn't seem fair, right? I mean, Will brings it. And Will has 3,000 XP in his inventory. So it still puts him 5,000 short. And then I noticed, Will, you got a 5,000 XP potion last night for winning, which puts you at exactly to the number 250k. You couldn't get it any closer than that. I mean, I can't even script this. He was 8k short, 3k in inventory, 5k as a reward last night. Will needs to build. You got to build some cushion, Will, because I don't know about the next one. But it worked out. So Will, all XP and ATT 20 times 2. So Will, I got you moving up with the group. We're graduating you. I don't thank me, you did it. I mean, it was down to the wire. I mean, it was perfect. So Will staying with the group at level 9. Big upgrade too. ATT 16, here you come. Merc gear, everybody. It's time to merc it up. A lot of you guys are going to be wearing merc gear for the first time this week. If you got that merc gear in a bundle and you just hit ATT 16, equipped it. It is unbelievable. All right, congratulations. A lot of good stuff so far. All right, let's get Nixie. Nixie rocking a brand new legendary from last night. All right, so we've got Nixie coming in at level 8, 125. She was right on the verge after last time. Remember, she had catapulted up 2 levels. A couple players did. So she got right there at the threshold. A part of every raid we've done. Nixie, I got you adding 135 to your total, bringing you in at a new total of 260k. So all we need to do is burn 2 ATT 20s. And remember, the good thing about this chapter is if you missed a week, you could have still leveled up. If you made it every week, you leveled up. You guys did well with what you needed to kill. Like I said, it just took a little longer on the Slice Man, but you still got maximum experience for it. All right. I need another volunteer. Busy Bee. All right, I've got Busy Bee came in at 129. She had a little bit of a cushion. You know what, Julie? I love the avatars, but you guys are lucky that somebody didn't show up at your level up event and crash your party. That's all I'm saying. In fact, you know what? Just to keep you guys in line, because I don't want anybody acting foolish tonight. Why don't we make this just a little bit uncomfortable for everybody? How about that? I just want to make sure nobody acts up. That's all. All right, we're just going to leave this here. Now, if you guys make this peaceful, we'll keep it peaceful. If you guys start getting a little crazy, we may have to call in a few more people. I'm just going to leave this here, though. All right, Busy Bee. I had you coming in at 129. Busy Bee, top half in items used as well. You guys may not go through the inventories the way I do. But Busy, very focused on bringing the items and bringing the damage. So Busy Bee, I've got you adding 141K, taking you from 129 all the way up to 269. Valar said pray. Oh, see, look, now it's just a lot of talking going on. See, I said peaceful, and now you guys are trying to stalk down. Here, we're just gonna put this up here. I mean, the one thing is that you guys realize like a lot of people that were here have already left. I mean, now early on, there were a whole lot of you, but I've already heard that Anthony left, Bloodfish left, Kel left. A couple people had to leave. So it might not be looking quite as good as it did about 30 minutes ago. But congratulations to Busy Bee. You are going up to level 9. All right, who do we have up next? I need a volunteer. Man, there's a lot of orange in this room. All right, let's get Beasley. Don't be intimidated, Beasley. All right, Beasley. I had you coming in at 128. And I've got you adding 136K. Part of all the boss kills puts you at 264. And Killer Beasley moving up to level 9 as well. Congratulations, Sheila. All right, who do we have next? All right, Trigger. Step on up. All right, Trigger, I got you. You had a nice cushion coming in. You're at 139K. Certainly, as I said, most items used. She took over the queen of number 1. Trigger, most used consumables. You had a great, great month. I'm taking you from 139, adding 145K. I've got you at 284K. You and Rocket and Kel, all pretty close. 284K, Trigger, moving up to level 9. Congratulations. And we're going to use 2 ATT 20s. And I think that puts you at ATT 17. I don't think you've quite gotten that third ATT level up yet with the 10 hearts, 10 red thread, 40 wild cards, and 10 of each of the other threads. Keeping the peace, Ron. Just want to make sure there's nothing crazy going on. Why, are you going to make a move? You trying to talk a little pre-smack, Ron? I mean, it's been peaceful observation at this point. All right, who's going next? Put Father Ron back over here. Let him observe a little bit. That's funny. What were you saying, Ron? I mean, you don't want to throw that in a small room, do you? I think he said he was going to toss the grenade. Where are you going to throw that grenade, Ron? Okay, he said yes, but he won't. All right. I'm just making sure. I mean, you guys see Ron holding it with both hands, right? Ron, put that thing away before somebody gets hurt. You're going to end up hurting somebody in this small room. All right, who's up next? Well, now I'm looking for something. All right. Okay. Who's next? Ron's ready. Let's go ahead and get Ron. We're going to get Ron out of here before he does something silly and jeopardizes the whole group. Okay, Ron. Troublemaker. I've got you at 136. I got your top 13 in items used. Bringing in at 141K. So I've got you sitting, Ron, at 277. That's a far cry from a couple months ago when you were when you barely hit the cap, right? Father Ron with a little bit of cushion. 277. Ron, I'm going to put you right over here on the left side, beside the bounty hunter. Two 15s and ATT 10. All right. Who do we have up next? All right, volunteer. All right, B-Dub. Man, B-Dub, look at all that bling. That's a lot of bling. Look at that. All right, we got B-Dub. Pretty big cushion coming in, and nice assortment of XP potions to fall back on, if so too. B-Dub coming in at 144K. B-Dub actually arrived late to one of the raids and was still top 4 in items used in the Brutalis raid. 144K, I've got you coming in at 145K, Bonnie. And looks like you are tied with Kel for first place at 289K. She's actually added a little bit of extra to the cushion. So B-Dub coming in, and 2 ATT 20s. She gave one away, so we'll add 2 more to it. And B-Dub said something about keeping an eye on Ann, so I'm going to put her right over here beside Ann. All right, another level 9. Listen to this. If you guys just tuned in. Amy, level 9. Animal Anthony, both up to level 8. B-Dub, level 9. Busy Bee, 9. Bloodfish, 9. Father Ron, Football, Nixie, all level 9. Kel, Mist, Ocean Man, Sheila, Trigger, Valar, Rocket, and Will, all level 9. All right. Dimes, are you trying to instigate a fight between two people? You see Dimes over there? Come on, B-Dub, put Ann in her place. Why don't you do it? Dimes, why are you trying to cheer somebody else on? Here, I'm going to put you right over here. Trying to have somebody else fight your battles. Come on, Dimes. Always got to be somebody trying to start something. Nice, quiet, peaceful group here. Just hanging out, checking things out, viewing the scenery. And just doesn't seem to be the trust there. All right, Dimes. You're next. I got you coming in. You barely hit the cap last time at 125. And the reason is because, well, you got potions in reserve. So, Dimes, I had you 125 and still right around the top 10 in items used, not top 10, but right around the top 10. And I got you coming in at 144 plus 125, bringing you up to 269. Sheila's talking about throwing a TS-15 right over in this vicinity. All right, Dimes, we're going to move you up to the Dimes, which side do you want to go to? You want to go to the bounty side or you want to go to the and side? She wants to go over to this side. All right, who wants to go next? All right, I think the assassin wants to go next. Rocking that AP. Look at that AP she's rocking there. Nice bling there for Julia. Julia, I got you at... You came in at 138. Pretty good cushion there as well. Top 6 in items used. So I got you adding 142. So taking you from 138K to 280. So pretty comfortable as well. And we'll add 2 ATT 20s for you. You're right up there in the top 4 or 5 overall experience points. Joey, I'm going to put you over here beside Bonnie. Because you, Bonnie, and Trigger might need some help in a little bit, so we might as well start stacking this side of the room. All right, so what do you guys think? Who has the coolest hat? I mean, come on. Ann, rocking that hat accessory. Look at that. Just another feather in the cap. I wonder what kind of, I wonder if that hat has any special abilities. Just kind of odd to have a feather in a hat, you know? All right, who do we have up next? Julie J. All right, let's get Julie J up in here. All right, Julie J, I have you at, you came in slightly behind at the last level up. You're at 103K. And I've got you adding, not enough to make up the difference from the last time, but I do have you adding another 110K. Moving you up to 213. So certainly very comfortably at level 8. So you made the first level up. And ATT 20 potions. You have one in stock and then one from last night. So I've got you leveling up your ATT. So level 8 plus 6 puts you at, well, you got one last night, so put you at ATT 14. And I know you've leveled up your ATT at least once. So that's ATT 15. I don't know how close you are on threads, but we'll check out the inventory. ATT 16 is a big, big move, so you're just a little short, I think, of ATT 16. But you'll either hit it at the end of Crossfire, or we'll see what your thread count is. So congratulations, moving up to level 8. I'm gonna put you over here because I'm pretty sure Dime's gonna say something. It's gonna get her in a lot of trouble. And she's probably going to need that double prevention spell. Notice how I got the instigator over here surrounded by 2 priests? All right, who do we have up next? Winding it down, everybody. Moonshot. All right, Jason, pretty easy. I've got you at, you came in with a little bit of a cushion too. 136K, you were 11,000 over. Items used, Top 8. Moonshot, making big things happen this last month. Super, super active. A lot of good moves from Jason's part. I got him adding 143K to his total. So an extra 143K, more than doubles what he had. So you're going from 136 to 279, Moonshot. Going to put you at level 9 and 2 ATT 20s. And somebody's going to be rocking some Merc gear soon. All right, who do we have up next? Moonshot would like to throw a BT7 to the bounty hunter to get him away. Moon, I'm going to put you right here. Before you throw that grenade, I want to take care of Fly Rod. Oh, see that? Trigger cast blue. Is that smart? How much XP do I need to deduct from Moonshot for throwing a grenade during a level up? Wait a minute. Hold on. Wait a minute, Fly Rod. Let's bring Moonshot back in here. Remember, poor decisions removes XP. Let me go back and recalculate this for a minute. So Moonshot, I had you at 136 coming in. And I had added 143. How much do you need to lose to go back to level 8 is the question. You know what? I got an idea. I got an idea. You guys remember? You guys remember Daryl? Remember what happened when Daryl was brave? He didn't take it out on Daryl. He actually took it out on somebody else. All right, Fly Rod. We're going to play Eeny, Meeny, Miny, Mo in a minute. Fly Rod, I have you at... You were at level 7. And you had you're at 107K. and you had a really, really good month. I added 140K. And Fly Rod, that put you just like Dow, just a little bit short. But you got a 5K XP elixir, you got another 4K. So we're going to add 3K XP. Now, Fly Rod only has 2 ATT 10s, or ATT 20s. So if Fly Rod can come up with 2 more ATT 20s, he's going to join the group at level 9. Julia, going to give him 2. Thank you so much, Julia. Fly Rod, congratulations. Welcome back to level 9. We got another level 9 tank, everybody. All right. Who do we have up next? Dimes, is it Tiny's turn? All right. Tiny is level 8. Level 8, and came into the end of the last event. So still a little bit behind the group. $190K Dimes, level 8, $190K. Got to make up a little bit of ground. And Dime said Brutalis had better abs. I mean, that's up to you guys. Put Tiny over here. All right, B-Dub, you want to take notes for Amanda? We've not seen Amanda. All right, Amanda missed some time as well. Amanda, very close to what happened with Will. And I told you guys, still going to be a pretty good day across the board. Now, Amanda has 10K in XP potions. So, Bonnie, I had Amanda at 128. She had a small cushion. And I had her adding pretty good items used right around middle of the pack. And I got her coming in at 115K. So it ended up being 243. Now, she doesn't have any odds and ends, but she does have 2 5Ks. So we're going to have to burn both of those 5Ks. And it will put her at 253. So barely leveling up by the smallest of margins. So it is likely in September, I know schedules are tight, but it's likely if those cushions for a couple people are gone, it's harder and harder to come by. So keep a close eye on your XP. Missing a raid could be, I know you can't control it, I understand. But missing a raid could be a little bit more impactful in September. And you guys saw we had some people, Flyrod, Dow, a couple people made up some huge ground by being here all 4 raids in August. So it works both ways. So Amanda moving up to level 9. Good ATT. No worries there. So let's put Amanda. Over here. All right, and Julia, can you take notes for Gemstone? All right, Jim had a little bit of a cushion coming in. She got a lot of potions, so I'm not worried about her. She came in at 135K. She missed a big one. I mean, you guys know. So, prior to last night, Jim was number 3 in items used. Obviously, that dropped her down a little bit. So I've got her coming in at 110 plus 134. So I got her short, but we're going to use 6,000 of her XP potions, and that is going to take Gemstone up to level 9 as well. So she's going to have to burn 6,000 and 2 ATTs. All right, and Hippo. I had Hippo at 104, part of all the raids. I don't know if Hippo's here. Hippo, are you here? All right, so no Hippo, no Ben, no Chuck. All right. I didn't get messages from either of the three, so I'm not going to have anybody use their ATT potions right now. We'll work with them separately. So can you guys hear that? It just got like almost completely silent. I think that's smoke. Yeah. And all right, the group sees a huge flash of light. Huh. What in the absolute? What's going on? Ron, I think there were multiple silent smokes that hit. I'm pretty sure that when it got real quiet, that there were a few silencing smokes in the room. And then after the silent smoke, I'm pretty sure that was a blinding smoke that blinded everybody except for Moonshot. He wasn't blinded, but everybody else was. I don't think that they can speak, and I don't think they can see for a turn. Let's see here. All right, Moon. You just got gold sparked. So you just became like a waning crescent of a moon. All right. And we're going to leave it at that. So certainly a good time today, everybody. Appreciate you guys being a part of the event. Great stuff. We've got a lot of level 9s, so it should give you guys a chance to really dig in, see all of your new gear, plan some good strategies. No event tomorrow, but you will be receiving inventory from me probably around noon tomorrow. So once I get the numbers from Kel, I'll get everything compiled, shoot it out to you guys, and it should be 100% accurate on my end. If you see discrepancies, let me know all throughout the evening. I'll be away from YouTube for a little bit, but I will have my phone, so I'll check some messages, and then get me your votes by 3 o'clock tomorrow. Anything received after 3 p.m. will not be counted, and then Monday night is going to be... we're going to hang out. We'll do a little bit of exhibition. You guys might see some folks from Brace out there. So we'll see what they have to offer. And then we're going to do the awards, which will become tangible awards. And we'll talk a little bit about the game. And we'll get you guys ready for Wednesday night's event. Thanks, everybody. Have a good evening. Grab a couple drinks, relax, and get ready for a great week of PvP. And also Crossfire Cliffs starting on Friday night. And then next weekend, we will do our... box opening all over again. So any super chats throughout the week will go toward next weekend's event. I see you, B-Dub. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. I did hear a rumor that in next week's event, there's going to be some pretty good legendaries out there. So stay tuned, and also some good gear throughout the week. Appreciate you guys, and I'll see you. I'll talk to you. If you guys have a message, you just want to say what's up, shoot me a message on Messenger. I'll talk to you later on. Peace.